My name is Brooke Hamblet. I'm a certified Baptiste teacher. I've been teaching yoga for 15 years, but I'm a student for life. I'm often asked the question, what does yoga mean to me, or what's my philosophy on yoga as it relates to life? And the truth is that it all starts with an embodied practice. When we can physically connect, when we know in space what our hands feel like and what our feet feel like and where they are, then we can start to have conversations with people that are real. And they're not numbed out, and they're not masked over with different ideas of who we think we are. We can just be real. And then what that does is it creates a culture of trust and honesty. And I feel like this is why people come to classes and why they come to the studio to practice. Because for a lot of people, it's the only place in their whole life where they feel safe and accepted and a part of something greater. The poses are the vehicle to help us start feeling, maybe for the first time ever, and then it takes us into a whole new world of creation. How I became a yoga teacher, it started a long time ago, actually in about 1995 when I was at a gym in Omaha, Nebraska. I started teaching it and I had absolutely no education in it, none at all. Back then, I was actually an incredible teacher. I taught just so organically, it was one of those things where it was like ignorance was bliss. I had no idea what I didn't know. And so I taught so organically from my heart and just what felt right and what felt intuitive. So then once I started teaching, of course, then the people that I taught for would be like, okay, well, where is your do you have your certificate? We have to get your credentials in line. And at that point I said, whoa, like I don't have anything. And then I started to look into getting certified. Once I got into that and started seeing the kind of master teachers and amazing teachers out there and what they've done, I totally lost my spark because I got bogged down in this belief that I didn't know enough. There's so much to learn, and it's very easy for teachers to get closed off and like, I don't know enough to be doing this. And I certainly had that for many years. Once I started studying, my teaching actually really was not good, because I was so consumed with what I didn't know. So when I opened Indigo in 2006, I had kind of a myriad of trainings. I had studied with Doug Swenson, I did some work with Sean Korn and Manju Joyce, and my lineage was predominantly Ashtanga. Within about a year after I studied with Doug Swenson, I started doing all of Barron's videos and getting his books and following it along as a self-study. And in 2006 was when I first went to a level 1 teacher training with Barron Baptiste in Hawaii. It was so great that I had no idea what I was in for. It was an excavation of self for 8 days, and most of the training is inquiry into self, inquiry into ways of being, who we are for other people, the impact that we have on other people, getting out of our own little worlds and being of service to others. But it's impossible to do that until we do the work on ourselves. So that level 1 training was a game changer for me in every possible way. I was never the same after that. I followed that up shortly with level 2 in the summer and just kept going after that. Since level 1, I've done over 25 week-long trainings with Barron. I was drawn to the Baptiste style of yoga about 8 years ago, predominantly because it was a very physical practice. It was vigorous, it moved, it was, for lack of a better way to say it, it was a great workout. And then once I went to the level 1 and level 2 trainings, I realized there was so much more to it. Mental, emotional, spiritual, and cultural. I use the word cultural because it's a culture, it's a family. The people that I work with, the teachers, the students, there's something about us. There's a spark, there's a light. So there's an amazing balance of hard work and then just camaraderie and a lightness about all of us. Really, you can't mistake a Baptiste teacher. It's really exciting that Baptiste Yoga has been invited back to Estes Park to participate and lead a portion of the Yoga Journal Conference. We're so excited and thrilled and really, really honored too. The first workshop that I'm teaching on September 23rd is called Journey into the Chakras, and this is all about energetic anatomy. What's great about this class is that I will relate and tie in how Baptiste Yoga and the Journey into Power sequence follows the chakra system exactly. The second class that I'm teaching is on September 25th, and that class is called Contraction and Expansion. Contraction and expansion is part of Baptiste methodology. It's a principle we teach not only to teachers, but to students, and you'll find that using this type of approach in your yoga practice, contracting the muscles and then allowing them to open up from there, is something that will totally change your practice. It's also an incredible rehabilitative way of healing your body and strengthening it. I want to personally invite you to the Baptiste Power Flow Immersion at the Yoga Journal Conference in Estes Park in September. We're going to be covering some of my very favorite topics, and I hope to see you there.